Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David LS, and this is my Lega report on March of 2024. Now, let me just go ahead and say this is probably one of, if not the biggest video I've made so far, so strap in and let's begin. So for the first week of March, Lega Studios really didn't do anything, but that's because they were preparing for their partnership with Corrido Originals to create PrimaryTV, where instead of focusing on building a cinematic universe, they were more focused on to entertain people, whether if it's by either creating a new universe, bringing stuff from the past, creating all new things, no matter what it was, their only goal was to entertain. And so far, they have succeeded. They announced two projects at the start of this being Freddy vs. Michael Remastered Trilogy, and the video that I'm going to be talking about because it released, Jman vs. Big Bang Matt. Let's go ahead and start talking about this, shall we? The movie begins with Boros invading a planet and taking the Mirror Matrix for his own, and Kang and Boros making a deal. We get the YouTube Avengers fighting, Jman fighting, and then we get a bond between Matt and Jessica, and Jman and Megan. Poseidon invades, the YouTube Avengers try to stop him, and then Jman eventually beats him, and Jman receives all the praise, giving Matt jealousy, and Kang decides that he's going to use this in order to win. Because of Matt's jealousy, the YouTube Avengers fight Jman, involving the death of Jessica. Jman and A1 have a little bit of a brawl/talk. We get a funny scene with Kang Boros at McDonald's. We see that Matt gets a duplicated powers of Jman, and then Jman and Matt do an all-out brawl. Before anyone asks, yes, I am leaving some stuff out because I want you to watch it for yourself in order to understand it, okay? Don't just watch the reviews, you have to watch it for yourself. Matt and Jman then have probably one of the best fights I've seen in Lega Studios history, with Jman being the victor and even sparing Matt's life before Kang and Boros arrive in the corpse of Galactus. They battle, Galactus gets destroyed, Jman fights Boros, Matt joins in the fight and then sacrifices his life in order to stop Boros. We then get to see that the rest of the YouTube Avengers are in a hospital and that A1 is no longer allowed to fight again. Jman builds a memorial of Matt, and then the whole movie ends with Jman fighting Thor. Firstly, the pros on this is, for Gacha, it is well animated. For a Lega Studios project, it is probably one of the best I've ever seen, and it's 100% the greatest Big Bang Matt productions ever. Another thing is the characters just feel so alive and feel so emotional in this. The villains are absolutely perfect in this movie. Boros could have been a little bit better, but he's fine. Jman's character of how he has to stop Matt and he's afraid that he's going to lose control. I thought that was a great plot. Matt being jealous of Jman and then wanting vengeance and then being taught that the only way to win is to fight with love in his heart instead of hatred, I thought was such a great way in order to do it. Kang might be a villain, but he's also a really good manipulator, like probably to the point to where he could be a hero. Speaking of Kang, he was probably the best part of this movie. His comedy was on point, his villainy was on point. It's a shame that we never get to see him fight, besides inside of Galactus, but besides that, it's fine. Boros, again, good villain, could have been a little bit better, but still good. A1, in my opinion, overused, but still good. Corrido was way underused, and I wanted a lot more of that Corrido action, which we never got too much of in this, but hopefully with some I'm about to say is going to make it so much better. Jessica was a great character, and they definitely improved her. Instead of being just the plot point, they actually made it to where she's an actual character. And then the mayor, who I played, I thought was good as a way of motivation and a good way of support, but definitely not one of the top 5 best characters. My only cons are that we don't get enough Corrido action, that some things could have been a little bit more well-paced, I want to say, and then Angel voiced 4 characters but had such little dialogue that I want to see a lot more of his voice in future Lego projects. Overall, I still give this a 9 out of 10. I 100% would recommend. If you love violence, hero stuff, comedy, this is your movie. I now bet you're wondering, why is a picture of Jman and A1 on your screen? I'm going to go ahead and talk about the now canceled Lega Studios and ATB Studios collaboration. Jman was saying that he was going to make Kronos vs. Speed, the sequel to Jman vs. Big Bang Matt, a home family origins movie that would have told us about how A1 went from the side of villainy to the side of good, Kronos, Grandma, Grandpa, all that stuff in a more shorn movie, and a Run Rabbit remake. However, Andrew from HB Studios said, "No thank you, all the characters are already finished, and I don't want them to be continued in a reboot, remastered, or any type of sequel." And I say to this is both good and bad. Why is it bad? 'Cause this is a big fat lie. Do remember, we only got 2 of the Run Rabbit things and not the third. Those characters were not finished. The only character that was finished in the Home Family franchise was Grandma. That was it. Orion still had more, Chronos still had more, A1 still had more. They were not finished. And we already know that the universe that Jman vs. Big Bang Man is in is different from all the others, so these would have made sense. But here's where it gets good, where some of these characters are so ridiculously overpowered and yet so simplified. Again, I gave Josh this joke, is that it makes Megamind Peacock crap look like Shakespeare. The only thing I could kind of see working was the Home Family movie, because we no longer have the origins of the Home Family on YouTube, and this would have just been free work for Andrew. But I'm not here to ruin anything that anyone has made, so if you didn't want to do the collaboration because your characters were finished, Andrew, in your mind, I give you a handshake saying good job, and I feel bad for Lega Studios not being able to do this. However, they're recovering in the best way possible. Do remember I made an April Fool's video of what Jman made, and my guess was that this is either in another timeline or an alternate dimension because that's Jman's daughter. And then Josh did tell me that Jman Dimensions has now been officially canceled to make room with this, meaning that it's most likely Jman the Series Season 4. Again, this is just a guess that I have. I'm not saying it is. It could be another spin-off. It could be something else. I do not know, but this is just my guess. Then Lega Studios announced that Jman vs. Big Bang Met is going to get a sequel movie and a sequel series, the sequel movie being Corrido vs. Speed Dude, which in my opinion is such a better option than Kronos vs. Speed Dude, because we all want more Corrido action and Corrido content, and Speed Dude is, besides Jman, the best written character Lega has made. And finally, Kang and Boros being the series sequel to Jman vs. Big Bang Matt. This is supposed to be a buddy-up type series between Kang and Boros. Nightwave from Big Bang Matt stuff is going to be in here. We're going to get some pretty awesome characters, and it's supposed to be throughout the multiverse. I can find this to be very fun, and Jman even allowed me to see what the cast is going to be. Josh is going to reprise his role as Kang the Conqueror, and unfortunately, Andrew is not going to reprise his voice as Boros, but instead Matt will provide the voice. Angel is in this cast list to be one of the new buddy-up characters that they're going to get, and Sarah, my sister, is going to be voicing the females. I am kind of sad to see Andrew not reprise his role as Boros, but I think Matt will be just a fine replacement for this, and all I know is that it's going to focus more on fun instead of heroic adventures. It's going to be focused on the good comedy that we got from Jman vs. Big Bang Matt instead of the action that we got from it. Don't worry, we're still going to get action in this, I hope, but this is all what we know for now. Another announcement is some of my next videos are going to be handled by my sister, because I'm going to go into eye surgery very soon, and I probably won't be able to look at a screen anytime soon. So in the meantime, enjoy my sister while she's here in the videos that she makes. Please support her and all that. And I will see you guys in the next report. I'm David Ellis, signing off.